Yeah, we are having technical difficulties in transmitting the meeting to the public, and that is being worked on, and that's the reason for the delay this afternoon. And we're hoping to restore the connectivity here very shortly.
Okay, great. So we were just finishing up our discussion of the approval of the long-term renewable energy agreement. And Madam Chair, did you have any more comments on that? Otherwise, I would love to, this is such great news. I would love to hear how this will affect, or hopefully it will affect our PCIA charges. And I know you don't have an exact amount, but could you explain how that might be positive for that?
Yeah, thanks for that, Chair Becker. And just due to the break, I will just quickly summarize that this under consideration is approval of a long-term renewable energy agreement with San Diego Gas and Electric for portfolio category 1 renewable energy, which is renewable energy that's generated in state. And we will take delivery for the calendar years 2022 through 2031. And these contracts are existing contracts being held by San Diego Gas and Electric. So you're asking about the impact to our exit fees, or power charge indifference adjustment, PCIA, which is a fee that SDG&E charges to our customers when they leave SDG&E service for contracts that they now continue to hold, that they no longer have customers that are using that energy. To the extent that this energy is from those contracts that are in that portfolio that now would have us as a buyer, they would be removed from the portfolio. The pricing is indexed to market rate, so there shouldn't be losses, and that should have a positive impact on our exit fees that our customers pay. But we don't have any, way of quantifying or forecasting what that potential impact or benefit should be. But one of the benefits of these types of contracts with SDG&E is that it would have a positive impact and reducing our PCIA charges.
And you don't know which PCIA vintage it would be as well, do we?
We don't. But I would imagine that there are portions of these contracts that are probably applicable to most all of the vintages.
Would that be something that we could inquire about, that SDG&E, would they mind letting us know things like that? I mean, it's kind of important.
They haven't been particularly transparent with regards to what contracts are within the various PCIA vintage portfolios, but we will certainly inquire.
Sounds good. Okay, well, this is good news. And would anyone, here, Board Member Druker, you have a question or comment?
Yeah, couple questions. One is market rate. Do we see that going up, down? Kind of, I know we don't have a perfect crystal ball on this, but where do we see market rates going up? Where do we see market rates going?
I'm gonna ask our technical expert, Kirby Dussel from Pacific Energy Advisors, to respond to your question, Board Member Druper.
Sure. Yeah. Thanks, Barbara. Yeah, I think with regard to renewable energy pricing, we've definitely seen a downward slope in that trajectory over time. And we'd expect that to continue to a certain degree, in the coming years. So it's really kind of a guess, to be honest with you, but that's my suspicion given the trajectory of things to date. I will say, however, that we're at a point where there should be a different slope, a flatter slope to that trajectory as we move forward into the future. But I do expect it to be trending downward nonetheless.
The other question I have is, Barbara, you alluded to the concept that we need to get more long-term contracts. How much of our, what's the percentage long-term versus short-term that we're looking for as a optimum?
So our requirement from the state is 65% of the state mandated renewable energy minimums needs to be in contracts of 10 years or longer. So I think currently, Kirby, the minimum is around 38%, 39%. So 65% of that would need to be in contracts of 10 years or longer.
And then I guess, where do we stand at this point with that?
we have this contract as well as the prior 2 contracts that we have. And let me, and
I can go ahead and answer that, Barbara, if you'd like.
Yeah.
The long-term commitment that we're contemplating here, in addition to those noted just now by Barbara, would basically take care of your projected long-term need during the current compliance period, which is a 4-year period inclusive of the 2021, 22, 23, and 24 calendar years. Going forward beyond those years, there would be additional long-term procurement that would need to occur, and you can certainly go above the minimum mandated long-term procurement based on whatever other purchases are available to you and that you determine to be suitable in the future. So again, this is a minimum. It would put you in a very good position on a projected basis to meet virtually the entirety of your expected need during the current compliance period. And of course, that'll be measured and monitored as we move deeper into the compliance period, and to the extent that any additional long-term purchases need to be made, those would be evaluated, and of course, offers would be solicited if we expected there to be a deficiency. So that's kind of the summary there, if you will.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, very good. Anything else before someone would like to make a motion? Move item number.
I would move approval of this contract.
Second.
Perfect. All right, Madam Clerk, could you please call the vote?
Member Drucker,
Yes.
Vice Chair Bob Patel,
Aye.
Chair Becker.
Yes,
Motion carries.
thank you. All right, thank you so much. So does anyone have any board member requests for future agenda items? No, all right. I think that'll do it until we're back at it in 2 weeks. We'll be meeting virtually in Carlsbad on September 30th, 2021 at 2 p.m. Thank you, everyone.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good one.